You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. Write all your answers in the listening question booklet. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1. Section 1. You will hear a conversation between an official at the Ironman Challenge Race Center and an athlete who wants information about the event. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6. You will see that there is an example which has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Hello, this is the Ironman Challenge Race Centre, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Who can I speak to about getting some information on the event?
What would you like to know?
Well, I'm a marathon runner and I'm considering trying an Ironman Challenge. I've heard that there are 3 disciplines involved. Is that true?
Yes, all Ironman challenges include swimming, cycling and running, all in one event.
That must be exhausting. Who on earth got the idea for such a thing?
John Collins, an officer in the US Navy. He came up with the concept for the race in 1977. I can give you some details if you like.
The woman says that John Collins came up with the concept for the race in 1977. So 1977 has been written against the answer. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6.
Hello, this is the Ironman Challenge Race Centre, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Who can I speak to about getting some information on the event?
What would you like to know?
Well, I'm a marathon runner and I'm considering trying an Ironman Challenge. I've heard that there are 3 disciplines involved. Is that true?
Yes, all Ironman challenges include swimming, cycling and running, all in one event.
That must be exhausting. Who on earth got the idea for such a thing?
John Collins, an officer in the US Navy. He came up with the concept for the race in 1977. I can give you some details if you like.
Yes, please do.
It all started in Hawaii during the awards ceremony for the 1977 Oahu Perimeter Relay Race. The athletes at the ceremony were discussing whether runners, cyclists or swimmers were the fittest athletes in the world. Of course, the runners insisted that they were the fittest. The cyclists said that they were fitter than the runners, while the swimmers claimed that they were fitter than the other 2. John Collins, who was present, suggested that the debate should be settled through a race that combined all 3 disciplines, and whoever managed to reach the finish would be named an Ironman. The first such race was held in February 1978, and of the 15 men who set off, 12 finished it. Today, more than 30 official Ironman challenges take place every year, with a total of around 90,000 participants, many of whom are women, I might add.
Women?
Yes, the race has been very popular with women athletes for many years now, and any athlete who completes an Ironman challenge, whether they are male or female, is called an Ironman.
That sounds strange. Being a woman and being called an Ironman.
To you maybe, but believe me, it is an honour.
No doubt. I suppose being called an Iron Woman doesn't have the same ring to it. Could you tell me a bit about the actual race itself? How it's organised and so on.
Of course. Each official Ironman challenge is exactly the same. They all begin with a 2.4-mile swim, the swimming leg, as it's called. And depending on where and when the event is being held, the water can be very cold.
That must make it even more exhausting.
Actually, competitors prefer it to be cold, because if the water is below a certain temperature, they're allowed to wear wetsuits. Wetsuits are light and airy, so, besides protecting the athletes from the cold, they also help them float. After completing the swimming leg, competitors enter the first transition area. The swim to bike transition area is called T1.
And what happens there?
Competitors must put on whatever clothes and footwear they need for the cycling leg, wear their helmet, walk their bike to the start of the 112-mile bike course, and start riding. Once they've finished the cycling leg, they enter the second transition area, T2. Here, they take off their cycling gear, put on their running gear, and begin a 26.2-mile run.
Sounds straightforward enough. Is there anything else that I need to know before I sign up?
Yes, both the cycling and running legs take place on asphalt. Competitors must wear a shirt at all times during these two legs of the race, and running barefoot is prohibited. What else do you need to know? Oh yes, there's a time limit for each leg of the race. 2 hours and 20 minutes for the swimming leg, and 10 hours and 30 minutes for the cycling leg, while the overall time allowed to finish the whole event is 17 hours. After that, the course closes, and anyone who is still competing cannot become an Ironman, no matter how close he or she is to the finish.